You have to know yourself as a man to realize, you know, I've got something good at home and it's not worth it losing.
Spiritual forces and people go out the way to do things to harm you, whether it's to make you sick, whether it's to make you lose your job, maybe to ruin what you've got. Nobody's perfect. I'm not saying go run and leave your man because he's gone and slept with somebody, or your woman because they're going to sleep. Everyone's entitled to make a mistake. But I also learned not to demasculate my husband. But like I said, that came after he understood my position, his position, and that disrespect is not accepted. Your aim should always be to aspire to have that long-term partner that you lot can sit down with your knitted blankets, watch the soaps with the heating on and watch your grandkids. That's what you should aspire to. That should be the end goal. Follower. We always say, that's why they say opposites attract. We literally are the opposites because I'm a natural leader and he's a natural follower, and I always go on at him about it. But I do believe that you would definitely, what's changed now in our marriage is the fact that you are mature enough to understand that that friend's not got my best interest. That friend really
wants what I've got.
Yeah. So of course they're going to encourage you to do things that are going to disrupt your setup or disrupt your household because they're not genuinely happy for you. They want everything to fail so they can laugh after you.
It's a difficult thing to accept as well.
Right. Yeah. It took years. I was telling you this from years ago, but it took a long time for him to understand it. So for me, I took a step back and I stopped parenting him because I'm not your mum.
I think also when you're in a relationship, especially if you're the dynamic that we're in, the woman's a bit older than you. At times you think, oh, she'll do everything. And then you forget yourself. You forget your position as a woman, and you start feeling like, oh no, let me teach him how to do this. Let me go show him how to pay this bill. Let me go, no, don't do this. And this is how you're going to try and build your credit. While you're doing that, you forget yourself. You're so focused on trying to fix me, not realizing, oh, I don't know what I'm doing myself now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You put too much energy into fixing this person and wanting to be this perfect person. Until you realise, you know what, let me take a step back.
Well, guess what? I stopped putting in. Listen, let me tell you something. Because nobody, after I put in over a decade, nobody was going to sit down and talk about the benefit of all my hard graft and all my tears and stress and pressure. I don't think so. I stopped. I was like, good luck. I'm looking back. My Stella got her groove back. Me start looking back myself. That's what happened. I started looking back myself. And then, shoot, I think he noticed me. Yeah, he got frightened. That means something can't be right.
Yeah.
It means that she must be planning the exit without me.
And then that's when you get the code, you think, whoa.
She might just leave me.
Yeah, and then you realise, you know what, laugh. I think as a man, I think we're built to have a routine. And once you feel like that routine stops or you're not done with routine.
No, I think over time you start to appreciate structure.
No, 100%.
Because he's the person that needs somebody to tell him, right, this is what we're doing next, or he'll fall off. Do you understand? So we understood our dynamics, our positions in the relationship. That's why it works now. I definitely am more submissive for sure.
No, I'll give you that, yeah, cool.
Well, I was in the beginning, but you took that away because you didn't know how to behave yourself. So I went buying down to nobody. I weren't bringing nobody food in bed. I weren't washing nobody's clothes. I weren't doing nothing. Why should I? You see, when you're outside with Sarah Jane and Becky from around the corner, Sarah Jane and Becky needs to stop putting pies in the microwave and wash your boxes.
And them Sarah Jane's
mix up your sick medicine.
They only come in benefit.
Come make your lunch for work. They're gonna exactly my point. No thanks.
They literally only come in benefit when the hard work is already done.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
anyway, do you know what? Forget it, scrap it. We're not going to do this as top 5 because I told you, we just ramble on 99 stories in one. But yeah, we definitely have overcome quite a few challenges.
You know what? You got to give credit to, is he your cousin, Wes?
Oh yeah, Wes.
Yeah,
Wes Morgan.
Yeah, it was at Mum's house one time and
oh yeah.
I sat down with him and I don't know how we got into conversation. He said, you know what you need to start doing? What you're chasing to go and do with these girls, do it with your missus. So if you feel like, oh, you know what, go on a date, why do you take your own missus on a date? If you feel like getting drunk, get drunk with your missus. If you feel like going smoking, smoke with your missus. It's only when I put that into practice and I realised, wow, this is actually more fun than you think.
We're going to go back to the age thing. Yeah. Remember, I understand that. I know that, like, I'm that person that I would want to sit down. You see, if I see the guy or a girl messaging him, or I'd be like, listen to what happened.
Yeah.
I want to know. I'm like, what did she say? I'm that girl. Like, I'm not really too fussed. I'm not, like, paranoid like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's life, isn't it? Who wants somebody that somebody else don't want? Not me. Like, I don't mind it, but he's the opposite. He just feels like you're not meant to talk about them things with your missus.
No,
you're meant to be secretive. No, you're not meant to, if you go out, like, if there's anyone you're meant to be acting stupid with or getting drunk or acting the ass, it's definitely should be me.
Yeah.
Why not? But I don't think he understood that it was more secretive.
It took a while.
It definitely took a while, but I think it's down to age. And I also had to understand that, do you know what, you got with somebody that's really young, you know, you need to give him time. Like, we as women naturally mature faster than men do by nature. So putting into perspective the fact that he was actually 6 years younger than me, like, definitely played a major part. The age did for a bit. It did. Even though you're mature in some aspects, certain things, like, I feel he hadn't experienced. Even like a last holiday. He's never been on a last holiday. So I said to him, you need to go on a last holiday. Like, I think he needs to have that experience. So even him going out there being promiscuous, right? Here's me with the big words. Right? Being promiscuous out there. I also had to train my brain to think of, hey, what you see in this culture. Not that it gives any excuse.
No, of course not.
B, albeit is a real thing. C, the fact that he's young, and but men at his age do that.
At that age, yeah. When I go into a relationship, men at my age, you'll fly into a beef and doing this. And
right, so if I didn't have a baby, which was his choice, by the way, we could have been just free and just doing our own thing, but still dating. But there was conditions, and I gave him a choice. This is the choice that you, the path that you chose. So that's a whole nother video. That was a path that you chose. So good luck. If it's too much for you to handle, it's not my problem. Because you knew the condition from the beginning. If you want to have a baby, this is what we're doing. If we don't, this is what we're doing. Fine. And you chose that path. So it is what it is. Secondly, I did not wait 30 years to have a kid to turn around and be, no disrespect to anyone that's baby mothers, respectfully, if you're a baby mother and you've got your baby father around, you know, you're doing a great job anyway. No disrespect to you, because I sure know you probably didn't set out to be a baby mother. You set out to actually try and have something with that person, and it didn't work. Me, on the other hand, I sat down and thought, do you know what?
You know, this conversation was had very early. I think as soon as you got pregnant.
We're going to have to do a separate video for them, you know, because I'm telling you, we've got so much to talk about. But I feel like, what was I just saying now?
You said something about you didn't set out to be a single mom, and we had a conversation.
No, I didn't set out, and I think what kept me in the relationship more so was I'm a Virgo. Don't give me no challenge, you know. Don't give me a challenge. Do not do it, because I'm telling you from now, stubbornness alone will make me stick at it. The fact that I knew that there was a lot of people that didn't wish us well and that was secretly envious, pushed me to stay. Family, 100%, couldn't stand it, would love for us to be separated, done so many things to separate us, loads of things to try and separate us, but I'm strong, I'm stubborn like a mule. The fact that you don't want me to be with him, I'm going to be with him. Yeah, I'm going to be with him. Yeah, no matter what you're going to do, well, no matter what you're going to fling my way, I'm going to stay with him. Don't worry about my tears. My tears will dry up. I'm staying with him. Maybe if people weren't so invested in what we were doing, we might have broke up organically anyway and just gone our separate ways and just co-parented. We'll never know.
Well, but because thank them for doing that.
Yeah, for sure, because we good. They never thought this day would come, innit?
I know.
Where we actually like good. No, like good. No, we are. The spice is real. No, we're actually good. And who would have thought? But it's because I stuck at it. And I also had to sit and think, do you know what? How the people get to 45 years of marriage, 50 years of marriage, 30 years of marriage. Surely they had these hurdles in their relationship and in their marriage. How did they get there? And then I also was mature enough to understand that, okay, these little things that you're going through, the storm don't last forever. There's people going through it, but they're just not talking about it.
I think that's a massive one. I think in my head, like you said earlier, I'm sorry to cut you. In my head, I thought, what you see is what you get, but it's not. You know, I compared our relationship a lot to people around us or people that I know or knew. I used to think, but surely they don't argue like we argue. Mm-hmm. Surely they don't fight. Surely they just live this perfect life. And I struggled. That was my own battle that I had to battle. I think, yeah, but why am I fighting with you? Then I wasn't meant to be, because in my head.
No, but I think it's not you though. I don't want. This is for a separate video. There's so many bits that needs to be a separate video. I understood because I knew the man that I met, you know, and I understood when things change and how outside. And I keep saying outside, but if you don't read between the lines, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Outside influences had a big, major influence on you, 100%. And I could see, like, the moment we were good, it's almost like someone just got a pin and just stuck you up your bum. And you'd all of a sudden be like a madman. You don't know whether you're coming or going. You don't know which side to listen to. And you were trying to please both parties. You knew you wanted to be with me, but then at the same time, you were struggling with the fact that your family didn't accept me. So that had a major hindrance on our marriage, 100%. Whereas I'm naturally the person that's like, I couldn't care less. Like,
you know
if
what?
we went to a remote island and it was just me, him and the kids, I'd be good. Not saying I don't love and like my family, but I'm okay with him. It took years for him to understand that this is actually your family. Yeah. What they think or say or do is irrelevant because they're extended. They are extended. They live their life. They've got their husband and wife. They're doing their own thing. Why are you so concerned? Don't make them dictate to you. How? That's another thing that was a battle in our relationship, because I pay my own bills. Remember, my mum, Shatta's not dictating to me.
You know what? Let me add to that. I think getting to know you and then obviously coming around your family, the fact I was accepted.
Yeah.
Straight. You know, moving to Manchester first, and I'm like,
oh my God, 99 stories in one, guys!
I was able to go and play
I don't
football.
know what the title of this video is going to be at this point.
The friends I first met, you know, the football that I'll go and play. Firstly, I went with your cousins. Yeah. And these guys, some of them I've not even met.
Mandem football.
Yeah, and then when I came in, they just accepted me, and I was just part of it. Yeah. And to think, okay, why is my side not replicating this? So to me, it was a struggle, and I wanted to force my side of the family to try and accept it, but there's certain things you can't just force. You just have to let it go. And you come in, you go into, we're going to my auntie's house. I think, what? What do you mean? I can't just go there. You have to, no, just come. And then you go there. Auntie's treating you like, I've been here for years. And, you know, to me, it was like, okay, but surely this is how life should be. So why is my side
We need to do a different video. Do you know why? Because it'd be nice to do a video of when you first met my family and when I first met your family. When I first met your family, I came out in tears.
Yeah, I know.
Awful. Absolutely awful experience. We've got so much to talk about, guys. We're just scratching the surface. 99 stories in one. We're literally scratching the surface. But we're not going to do top 5 at this point because we've just merged everything into one.
Yes. Anyway.
We've just merged everything into one. But definitely, it's not. So, yes, you see us on social. And, yeah, we are good and we are great and we are fantastic. But it's not always been easy. We've had periods where it's been fantastic, but we had a long storm, and we do have few people. I remember Sandra, you know, Sandra. Listen, when I wanted to give up, you know, Sandra's like, listen, everybody has their 7-year blip. Leash, you'll get through it. It's fine. You think you're gonna sit down and make anyone come and take your husband after you put in all that work? She was like, no. Not on my watch. Listen, Sandra was not playing. I was like, I ain't got time for this. She took on that mother role. She was just like, you know, when you can listen, Leash, this is what you're going to do. And this is what you're going to do. And you're going to do that. Listen, Sandra held me down. I swear I was ready. I was ready to say, nah, I've got no time. Guess what? Your family can take you. At one point, I even changed my locks and left this stuff outside. Go back to London. Go back to your people. I actually don't want you. At this point, I'm okay, you know. I'm okay. That's what happened. And that's for another video again. You have to stay tuned, you know, guys. You've got to stay tuned. You've got to comment and tell me what you want to hear from us, because I've got loads of stories to tell. You think it's show every day story day, isn't it? Story time. I love a story time. But yeah, we definitely, it's not been easy. We have overcome a lot of hurdles. But I also learned not to demasculate my husband. But like I said, that came after he understood my position, his position, and that disrespect is not accepted. Once he understood that, and the fact that me and my children come before your people, once that was understood, then we're able to live life. And look how happy life is now. It took a long time though. But once he understood that we come first, because guess what? Nobody comes before my kids and my husband, you know. Remember I told you, not one person apart from God. God alone is the only person that comes before them. Nobody, and it's always been that way. So until I was getting the same back, there was going to be zero respect and there was going to be zero submission. Now, I feel like I've got a man.
But some of the
stuff,
it could be as small as, you know, just paying bills and, you know.
Oh, yeah. Before, I never used to trust you to pay the bills.
Yeah, exactly. And then, what I'm saying is for the guys that I'm watching, I think, to gain that trust, I think sometimes it's the smallest stuff like paying bills. Don't try and miss it, man. And before I'll miss it, just think, oh, the missus won't know. And then before you know it, the letter comes to the door.
That's the problem.
It's long, man. It becomes
See,
long.
It's all them things we had to face. Like, it's not been easy. So yes, I date somebody young, but guess what? Dating somebody young came with its challenges. Oh my God, like, why are you not paying it? But it's just weird for me. And then you're telling me you paid it.
Yeah.
How are you telling me you paid it and you've not? Like, that is a problem in itself, because I know how to pay bills. I don't skip my bills for nobody. Not for love nor money. Right, that's why my credit score, I've always had good credit score. You know, status.
It's important.
You know, status. That's why. Because I don't play. I know how to pay my bills. I do not mess about with them. Everything else comes extra. I don't skip one thing. I do not skip it. Now, he knows that about me. So now when I'm giving you a little responsibility, you come tell me that you paid the bill and you've not paid it. That was a problem. But now we don't have them issues because he's matured.
Yeah, man.
And I was patient. Girls, patience. Understanding that you're the two different individuals, and sometimes we're a little bit entitled as women, and we think because we've got our S together, we've got our stuff together, and we're mature and we do things a certain way, we expect them to mirror the same thing. And I had to take a step back and allow him to actually grow. I had to do it. And now I'm reaping the rewards of my graft. I grafted, you know. So when people say, "Oh, housewife, ain't you looking?" I say to them, "No, I've earned my stripes. I can say that with chest. I've earned my badge. I can tell you, listen, I held him down, you know, 100%. When I could have been giving him bun after bun. Because remember, I'm not an ugly girl. And there are a lot of men that are interested that will easily be happy to take his place. People that he knows and that he don't know. That's me being honest, and I'm not tooting my own horn. But it's just the discipline and just understanding my position and what I picked up, and the fact that I said I was in it for the long haul. So this is what it is. I was patient. I was patient because all great things. Look at Beyonce. Beyonce, Jay-Z went there with Becky and God knows who else. But she said, guess what? We've got a brand going, right? We're the Carters. And I've got my kids and I didn't set out for you. So this is what's going to happen. And you notice that Jay-Z now walks behind Beyonce. He knows his position.
I'm not going to walk behind you.
You do walk behind me. You stand behind me even in photos. What up to you know what time it is. You know. You know. Like, he knows, like, listen,
no,
he's got a bad B, he's got a bad B.
The reason I stand behind is because I'm trying to protect. I'm trying to see the surroundings.
Please, you're just trying to see if anyone's watching me. That's all. But literally, it's the same thing. You don't get married, and not even married. Your aim should always be to aspire to have that long-term partner that you lot can sit down with your knitted blankets, watch the soaps with the heating on and watch your grandkids. That's what you should aspire to. That should be the end goal. Because it is beautiful, and you can leave that person and go and pick up somebody else. And it might be all gravy at the beginning, and what's the word? You're in that honeymoon phase, innit? It's all new, and they might not do the things that your partner or your ex-partner did. They might not do it. You might say, oh God, see, you don't do that. However, it's going to do something else that you're not going to like. because nobody's perfect, is going to something else that is going to like, and it is going to seem all gravy at the beginning, and then 5 years down the line, when you've already had a kid, you've already said I do, then you see the true colours. So what is it? You might as well stick with the devil, you know, right? So long as he's not beating me, he's not giving me no STI or STD, he's not outside.
Yeah.
You can't be out. When I say outside, I mean outside, like with women. I'm not tolerating.
No, yeah. I believe people that are watching a bit more mature enough to understand what you mean about outside.
No. Because outside, like we're going outside. But when I say outside, I mean outside. Yeah. But like I said, that was all spiritual based. I'll leave it as that. But who knows?
No, but you can't just keep blaming spiritual.
No, I'm not blaming. Yeah. It's true. Are you joking?
The people that are not going through spiritual base.
The ones that are not going through spiritual base needs to leave him. Or leave her. Does that make sense? You can do... That's for another video, guys. We're going to touch on spirituality. That's for a whole nother video, right? Because spiritual forces and people go out the way to do things to harm you, whether it's to make you sick, whether it's to make you lose a job, maybe to ruin what you've got. They do. People don't want to talk about it, but it's true. I'll do it in another video. But I'm telling you, a lot of the infidelity and the problems came from spirituality. I said it. Yes, I did. And because I had knowledge on that, even though I couldn't tell him, even though I told him that, but you know, naive Betsy, he soon learned the hard way. He got there in the end. Once we were here and we understood each other, it was easier. But because I understood what was going on, that's what made me stay. That was easier to stay. But I think if your man's giving you born or the woman's giving you born and she's going out, he or she's going out there, nobody's perfect. I'm not saying go run and leave your man because he's gone and slept with somebody or your woman because they're going to sleep. Everyone's entitled to make a mistake. Yeah. It is what it is. It is going to be painful, but think of the bigger picture. As long as they are remorseful and they don't do it again and you can come to a level of understanding, men don't expect the woman just never to speak about it again because that's what you don't expect. It's not true.
Yeah, I've got to add. I think that healing process, it takes a while. You know, it doesn't happen. If a woman forgives and think, oh, we're good now, and you know. Yeah,
you don't expect like never mention it again.
When it pops up randomly, you gotta give them that space to talk, and sometimes you feel like, oh my God, we discussed this 10 years ago.
Doesn't matter.
And that, I think.
And then understanding the trigger points as well.
Yeah. I think that's a massive one.
Yeah. You know, no. What we on? An hour! Yeah. No, we're going to have to do this in part 2.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're going to have to do it in part 2. Oh my God, this video is an hour long. So, guys, we're going to have to split this. If you've seen this second half of the video, it's because the video was too long. I'm going to do a part 2.
Well,
what we're going to touch on.
If I get time, I'll need to try and
find time. Yeah. What we're going to talk about, I don't know. Right. You guys, drop in a comment what part of the video you would like us to elaborate on more. What part of it? Because I know it's all over. We just had an open discussion, really.
Yeah.
Let us know what part of the video you want us to elaborate on more, and we'll do a separate video on that. This video is an hour in, so I might have to condense it down to 2 because I don't know if I can catch you and keep you engrossed for that length of time. But for now, we're going to leave it with that. It's been nice just having a little rant, little chit-chat, little catch-up, and just a little insight into
us,
our little hurdles, our little struggles, things that almost ended our marriage. Yeah. And that's just a few things that nearly just we called it quits. But we're going to leave it there for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit the bell notification so you know when I drop a video. I'm probably going to start dropping them on Wednesdays and Sundays for you guys. And I'll see you in the next vlogs. No, story time. Whatever.
That's what you call it, story time.
Yeah. It ends up being a story time, innit? I should change my channel to
story time.
Maryam, 99 stories in one. Right, we're out of here. Tra.